Hi everyone, how's it going? So, yeah, I'm freshly showered, I'm freshly oiled, and my head is an absolute mess because I haven't been sleeping very well. So, and plus the electronic torture, even though the electronic torture is low level, it's still present. So, I have trouble sleeping, and I'm pretty sure that there's been some um, electromagnetic wave not electromagnetic wave, how do I describe it? I'm pretty sure that there's been some brainwave manipulation in order to induce this period that I'm going through right now. To clarify, my mental health as of late hasn't been great, but it's actually not necessarily because I've been staying in, because I've actually been going out more, quiet as it's kept. It's due to my circadian rhythms being out of whack and me not getting sleep. So when I don't get sleep, I tend to be hyper focused. I tend to be hyper verbal, because the thing is, when you have ADHD and borderline personality disorder, the combination that you get out of that is that you're hyper verbal. So you got the hyper verbal aspect from your ADHD, and then I've got the dissociating thing from my borderline. So when the two happen together, it can result in you thinking out loud to yourself for hours like I used to do. Now, I started thinking out loud to myself again, but nobody can hear what I'm saying because I'm just quiet with it, and they can't really make out much of what I'm saying because I have that under control. I'm better able to mask than I used to be. But this is what nobody talks about. Nobody talks about the positive aspects of your mental illness. Listen, man, when you're somebody like me who acts crazy, but when you really look into why she does things isn't really that crazy at all, you start to understand how dissociative phases or hyperverbal phases or even manic phases can actually benefit you. And I realized that my hyperverbal nature, combined with the BPD, me dissociating, me imagining different scenarios in my head, not only did it fuel my creativity, not only did it help me manifest everything that I wanted in my life, or help me be able to cope with whatever was coming, because I often got a lot of psychic visions from the dissociating. It was often telling me what was going to happen in the future without me realizing it. And then on top of that, it's a powerful manifestation tool when you're hyperverbal and when you have a dissociative episode. It's an incredible manifestation tool. So with these two things combined, I noticed that when I was really sick, like during the times when I was really sick, I wasn't stuttering, I wasn't tripping over my words. I knew exactly what I was going to say, because not only had I rehearsed some of what I said in my mind several times, but it was also that I had run through all kinds of different scenarios in my head, played devil's advocate with myself. I still do those things, but it's not the same anymore because I'm not talking out loud as much. If I do, then it's in a normal way. 9 times out of 10, it's not in the way that I used to do it. So I don't have that spark to bounce off of. I don't have that because I'm not vocalizing as much. Do you understand what I mean? And seeing all these negative traits return again, it's really made my mind super focused. There are certain things that I'm studying that I never even considered to study. There are theories that I'm creating, not just with my astrology and my tarot, but also like I'm literally looking into all kinds of different fields, like over here. That's what's happening to me whilst I'm going through a spike in my ADHD and a spike in my BPD. That's literally what's going on right now. I'm not just out here talking out loud like random words. I'm studying, I'm researching. My mind is coming up with all kinds of different theories. I'm researching them. I'm researching those theories just to make sure I don't trip over my own words, because that's what happens When you're hyper-focused and hyper-verbal, you play devil's advocate with yourself. So whatever arguments you have, you make sure they're ironclad. That's one of the reasons why nobody can argue with me on certain things. It's not in spite of my illness, or it's not in spite of my borderline. It's not in spite of my ADHD. It's because of it that nobody can really argue with me like that. So the weird thing is that with the psychological warfare that is against me, and with everything that psychological warfare causes, not me not leaving my house, and it's not because I'm depressed, you know. It's because I know as soon as I leave my house, people are going to be in here fucking with my shit. So me not leaving the house, all these different things, there's a knock-on effects that gang stalking causes. And in my case, even though it results in people saying that I'm mad and crazy and all that kind of stuff, the truth of the matter is that all that mental behavior is the reason why I have been able to get to the age that I am now, thriving. It's because of my mental illness. It's not in spite of it, or rather it's because of my response to my mental illness. There is literally so much that I have been able to do and manifest because of my illnesses. It's not in spite of my illnesses. It's because of them. I am where I am now because of me, it's true, but it's also because the way my mental illnesses works, they've allowed me to open up new portals when it comes to education, when it comes to, educating myself, when it comes to educating myself, when it comes to learning new things in a course situation or in an educational situation. It's allowed my mind to be open to new things. And what happens from there is that I become more resourceful in my everyday life. Being able to organize myself is not as hard anymore because because of all the activity going around in my mind. Organizing myself is not as difficult. Getting myself together is not as difficult because of the mental illness. It's not in spite of it. Do you understand what I mean? And all the overthinking that I do as a result of the spikes in my ADHD and BPD, because I'm older, I understand it. I can see it for what it is, and I can apply it where I need to apply it. I don't need to act crazier than I am to get people the fuck off me. I don't need to do that. There are other ways in which I can deal with it, because that ADHD hyperfocus, as much as it's supposed to make you, myopic, it's actually done the complete opposite, and it's opened my mind to all kinds of different perspectives. The ADHD has opened my mind to all kinds of different perspectives. The borderline has helped me to identify specific emotions through avatars that I talk to. And when I say avatars, I don't mean like some distant deity or something like that. I mean a person that symbolizes what I feel, and then I'm interacting with that person. Or symbolizes what I lack, or symbolizes and I interact with that thing. That's how my mind processes things. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, as much as it can be stressful to go through these things, and as much as it can be stressful for other people to be on the receiving end, the truth of the matter is that when I take other people's opinions about me out of the equation, it does lead to a lot of successful outcomes, especially now that I'm older and I know how to control it. But it's still a pain in the ass. Like the stimming that goes on, what I do, the stimming, the fucking hyperverbalization, the fucking dissociations, all of those things together. It's very stressful for other people to deal with, because it's not only constant noise, it's anxious noise. It's the negative emotions that we all feel, and they're hearing somebody else vocalize it constantly, sometimes for hours. It's not easy for other people to deal with. It's a very stressful thing for other people to deal with. But truth be told, as stressful as it is for everyone else, it's probably the most stressful for me. is probably the most stressful for me. So I can understand why people would be wary of me for engaging in that behavior now. I didn't understand it before. I understand it now. And ironically, it's because I understand myself more, and I understand how much all of it stresses me out. At the same time, it's that stress, it's that hyper focus and hyper verbalization and dissociation, like I said a million times in this video. It's because of that I know so much. It's because of that I know so much. It's because of that I am able to, that I'm able to figure things out the way that I do. It's because of that I'm capable of taking care of myself. Paranoid schizophrenia cannot do that for you. It's what I've been diagnosed with, but the truth of the matter is paranoid schizophrenia can't do that for you. Paranoid schizophrenia drags you into a world that is not of your own volition, that is basically controlling almost everything that you do, because it's like you can't control the auditory hallucinations, you can't control the visual hallucinations. Even when it's synthesized by gang stalking, it's outside your control. Schizophrenia can't do that for you. It can't do what BPD can do for me. It can't do what ADHD can do for me. It can't do it. It's an inhibitor. But then again, I have to admit, some people with PS, they're intensely psychic. I can't even lie. Some of them are. Some people with paranoid schizophrenia, they're intensely psychic. It's just that they don't know what their vision, they don't know where their visions are coming from, and they don't necessarily know exactly who it's relating to. That's the thing about paranoid schizophrenics. Paranoid schizophrenics, the psychic side, they're definitely more psychic than me. I can tell you that right now for nothing. It's just that they don't know where their visions are coming from. They don't know where their visions are coming from. This is the thing. Mania, it reveals a lot of truths as well. It does reveal a lot of truths. But the reason why truths are usually revealed through mania is because there's something else that we're supposed to do before we cross that threshold. There are other things that we're supposed to do before we discover the truth about who we are. There are things that we're supposed to be learning before we get to that place. And mania interrupts that learning process out of the need to protect your body and protect your mind. It's a protective measure to reveal the truth to you early when you're in a manic phase. It's a protective measure because something's coming to threaten your safety. When you think of all illnesses that are caused by stress, every stress reaction that they have, it's a bid to protect itself. That's what all illnesses are. They're a way of protecting themselves against the elements, against predators. There's a reason why some mentally ill people have impulse control issues. It's because they're supposed to ward off predators. That's what the body is trying to do. It's trying to ward off external harm. It's just that because it's the body, it doesn't know it's doing that. So that's the way that I see my ADHD and BPD spiking when I can't get sleep and when, my circadian rhythms are fucked up. That's how I perceive my psychological illnesses when I'm subject to psychological warfare and electronic torture every day. That's how I perceive my illnesses. They're enabling me to be able to open a window to all kinds of different possibilities and then find the best one. It's enabling me with it right now. As much as it's stressful to me, it's enabling me to get answers. It's enabling me to get answers. And I think the reason why I wanted to talk about it was partially to let other TIs know that in spite of everything that I've been posting on social media, I'm actually coping. My coping mechanisms are healthier than they were. But it's also to send a message that trying to use mental health alone in order to subjugate someone or traffic someone, baby, you better come up with something else, because it's not working for you. It's not working for you. So I've got stuff to do today. I've got a reading to do today. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but my mind needed time to kind of get itself together. And I want to do my readings now, but my shit is in the wash. I chose to do it now for some reason. I chose to do this stuff now rather than doing my readings. I'm not with it. I'm just not with it at the moment, but it's one of those things, isn't it? So I might pause this wash and maybe take it up tomorrow or Friday. I might just pause this wash at some point. I don't know. Yeah, I might just pause it at some point. See how it goes from there. But yeah, you see what I'm talking about? Like everything is just spilling out. That's what happens when you're. That's what happens when you just ADHD, BPD, tiredness. It just fucking vocalize everything. You don't need to vocalize everything. It's okay, Fabi. It's really alright. People get it. Fuck. So, listen, if you've made it this far into the video, my fellow TIs, let me know how you guys are. Let me know how you guys are doing. There are some of you who have been getting back to me with really good news. I'm very happy for you guys. And then there are others of you who are still struggling. You have my condolences. And please believe me when I say I care about what you're going through more than you know. I really do. So, I love you guys. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye. Is that it? That's it. Take care.